Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Making It in Austria. I'm your host, Adana Mehijanic. And today I have a very special guest, as always. All my guests are very, very special. And today with me is Dievo Fröbel. Dievo, warm welcome and good morning.
Good morning, Adela. Thank you very much for your invitation.
Thank you so much for joining. I know bits and pieces of your story. So last time when we had a coffee in your office, or was it a water? I think it was water. So when you told me a little bit about your story, I was like, yeah, we need that. And thank you so much for, being open enough to come and, join us to the wonderful community. So let's start with your story. So tell us a little bit about who's Dievo, where did it all started, and anything that you wish to use to introduce yourself, long or short, as you like.
Sure. Thank you very much, Adela. Yeah, my name is Dievo Fröbel. I'm from Germany. I moved to Austria 12 years ago because of my
Wow.
wife. I was former in my life in Eastern Germany. I was working in a bank and as an apprentice. And then I met my wife actually on a church convention in Germany. We're very Christian. So, yeah, and we met and we talked and we fell in love. And then she said she cannot move to Germany. It's not possible because of her studies. And I had to come to Vienna. And I took the opportunity. I come from a very small town, only 30,000 people in Germany, and came to Vienna, and I love the city. Yeah, and my start actually was pretty hard. To be honest, my father-in-law told me that there would be a great possibility for me to come and work in a bank in Austria, so it would be easy for me to make the move. But unfortunately, this didn't work out, so I had to start from scratch in Austria. Yeah, literally. Yeah. But you probably will ask me more about this.
Yes.
Yeah, more about myself. I'm 33 years old. I'm married now for 12 years. Happily married. We have two sons. They are our full pride. They are 8 and 5 years old. And I have done my studies as well. I've done a financial management master's degree with Danube University of Krems. Yeah, published a book and so on. Yeah.
Wow. And a few more things, along the line, which we will cover. I'll be honest with you, Diego, when you said, and I really appreciate, it doesn't come that often. I appreciate that you were the first one who said, I saw you have a YouTube channel. So for the ones who are thinking, so how Diego and I know each other? So because I'm one of his clients. So he takes care that we have the best of in class insurances, and he takes care of all of us, the whole family. So if you need someone to take care of you, then it's Diego. So a little bit of background. So how do we know each other? And I really appreciate it. It tells about your mindset and like this spirit of winners, achievers, because you did a research a little bit on me. We met the very first time. Of course, we chatted before and so on, but you checked out what I'm doing. You saw the community, and you also saw the way, okay, I would like to tell my story. And I see that you said, okay, I want to see how I can, from your position, so from your work, how you can, support the community if anyone is looking into services that you're providing. So I find that very, very important. So it doesn't come that often. So that's why I really remembered the way you approached it. The second thing I remember was when you said you would like to tell your story and you're from Germany, and then I had to laugh. And it was an honest laugh. I was like, okay, but how did you have the struggles? You at least know the first thing, and that's the language, and you sort of a mindset of the culture. But you are, so that's one is on me. And because we all have judgments and biases that we walk with us, and it's good that we talk it through. so that we try to create bridges between us and not like, okay, this is one, this is the second, this is the third, and I had it harder, and this one had it harder, and so on.
Yeah.
And what else I remember? I remember you're a big football fan as well. So you had Ronaldo, I think the ball, and also how is it, tricot, right? Is it called? Yeah. Is it signed?
Yes, it's signed. Yeah, from
Come
him.
on,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
From a real person?
I didn't meet him personally, unfortunately, but we had a yacht thing in the close to Madeira. Yeah, Madeira is the island where he's from.
Yeah.
And we were shipping around with the cruise, and we went there, and there's his museum, and in the museum you could approach and ask for a jersey, and that is signed from him personally.
Wow.
Yeah.
So does he come there? So is he there?
Yeah, I think he's there every so often and just signs a couple of shirts, and then
off he goes.
Special fans, so I don't know what. Yeah, and off he goes again. Yeah, it's right next to the harbor actually in Madeira. It's his museum, and next to the museum is his hotel. Yeah, CR7 Hotel. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so interesting that we have that sports unites us.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, sports unites you, and that we are appealed by by some people that show characteristics and value that we appreciate in our in that we would like to cultivate in us and in the generations of our children. So, and for him, is definitely one of them is the hardworking, and pushing the boundaries and showing what's next possible. His health routine and the way he exercises and how much attention he to every single detail. It's just something to appreciate. And when I came home and from what you were telling me, I talked to my husband and I said, I want my daughter, to our kids, she'll get a brother soon, to really try to get them in some of the sports, whatever sport they like, and not just the grades, because we were, the Strebers in our life. But I see there's something special in sports. There's something special in sports, that the way it shapes you, builds you up, and creates this sort of mindset for life that you try again and again and again and again and don't give up. So thank you for sharing that one, being open with me. So you yourself like sport, and you yourself have your, I think, grandparents or granddad was one of your role models and one of your mentors.
Right.
Do you want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm from a hardworking family, to be honest. Yeah, my mother, she's a hairdresser. My father is a mechanic, and my granddad actually built up his own business, and that was my role model. Yeah, he made his own business in Eastern Germany. He stood there on the corner with just some tools, and wanted to repair cars. And there were not many cars in Eastern Germany at that time, 80s or 70s, I don't know what, and that's how he started, and at the end, just before a COVID crisis, they sold the car dealership, they sold it, and at the end it was a big company. There were 30 people working there. It was Mercedes car dealership, Seat, Nissan, and so on. But that was my role model throughout my life. Of course, when I was younger, I just saw it. I grew up with it. I saw that my mom could work there when she didn't have a job as a hairdresser, or was after the kids had the chance to work there. I saw my dad working there. I saw my uncles working there. I saw my aunt working there sometime. And for me, it was just like this dream of, okay, there is a place. If there's things against us or we can't find good jobs, there's a place we can go, and the family is well off still because he started. And that's actually, so from reflecting now as I'm older, that's where I think where it all comes from. So my roots, that I want to build something for my family, for my kids, Yeah, I told you when you were there that yeah, even if they're not doing good in school and maybe they're not smart enough, I don't know what, yeah. They should have the feeling they can always go to Papa's business and Papa will have a job for them and they can have a good living and they can support their families and build their family and don't worry so much about that. Yeah.
Is your book about that, Dievo? Or is it about, what is
No.
your book about actually?
My book actually is part of my master's thesis. So when I
Mhm.
wrote my master's thesis, I really wanted to go and to talk about financial planning.
Mhm.
Because I think financial planning is a point people don't know much about in Austria. Yeah, they know the banking system, they know the insurance part, but they don't know how to plan their financial life. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I wrote my master's thesis on this, and then I thought, well, that's not enough. I need to make a book out of it. Yeah, and so that's how it ended up being a book. Then I just checked on how's the Austrian market, how can one, if they don't meet me, how can they just learn from the book how to perfectly plan their finances throughout life, what to check on, what to have in mind, what to keep in mind when you plan. Yeah, financial
What
success.
is one thing, so Diego, what do you think is that we don't know much about it? So why are these things kept from us? So do you think what's your observation?
Yeah.
And if you have one or the other tip, what is that we should look into it? For people who are watching this, so what is one thing that they can
Yeah.
do as of today or tomorrow?
I'm now Adela, I'm 11 years in this business,
Hmm.
financial planning, real estate. Yeah. And what I've seen is people focus on products. They Google products, they Google shares, they Google crypto, they Google ETFs, whatever. But what people do not understand from my point of view is that it's about a system. There's not this one product that is suitable for everything financially. There's not this one product that makes has a high value and a high low risk and a high amount of safety. The product doesn't exist. It's not this
Hmm.
one product. It's
Hmm.
about building a financial system which connects everything. Yeah, and this is the pyramid of financial planning, and that's what I explain in the book more in detail. Yeah, how you should perfectly set it up to have this
Hmm.
perfect financial planning. There's a worldwide organization. There's a Netflix documentary on it about the American market. Yeah, in the meantime, so it's really, really good and big thing. And this is the worldwide organization of financial planners and the pyramid of financial planning. That's actually the system behind it. Your finances, not so much the products. The
Hmm.
products are exchangeable, yeah, and the banks have a product every other year. Yeah, they swap the
Hmm.
products and make new products, but you need to have a system for your finance.
And do you teach your kids about that? So,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, there's actually a book.
okay.
I don't know if you have heard about it. His name is Bodo Schäfer. He's one of the gurus in the German market here for
Okay.
financial planning and financial mindset. And he wrote a book, a dog called Money, Ein Hund Namens Money. Yeah, and this book is funny. It's funny title, but actually, a couple of years ago, the Chinese government bought this book, and every
Okay.
child in China has to read it in Grundschule, Volksschule.
Okay.
Big thing, and it's just about how to go about with money, what to do with your money. Yeah, my older son likes to spend all his money. As soon as he gets pocket money or Christmas money or from the grandparents something, he wants to go to the toy store and spend it. My smaller son, Enzo, the 5-year-old, he wants to save it all. He puts it all in his savings. What is it called?
Box.
Spardose.
Yeah.
Yeah, savings box, and saves it all. And just the other day, I told them, you know what, kids, your money needs to work for you. It's not about just putting it in the box and even worse, to spend it all. Your money needs to work. We need to put your money to work. And they said, how, Dad, how can we put our money to work? Yeah. So I explained them very simple that you can invest it and you can invest in companies, that
Yeah.
things we buy, not buy the toy, by the company of the toy, yeah, and then they got it. And now they asked me just, I think 2 days ago, they asked me, how much has my money worked? So I showed them where they are invested and how much money they've made already. And they were just giggling and laughing. We were so happy that their money is working for them.
So good. That's so important. Uh, Speaking of money, so last night my daughter, every now and then, but maybe once a year, so she comes to my bag and she says, "Can I open the wallet?" And then she opens and it takes out everything out of it, so all the
Yeah.
cards and so on, and she puts them all back. So
Okay.
all nice, all good. And she asks for the permission, say yes, go ahead. And then it was so nice because I usually don't have cash. So
Hmm.
dad is with the cash, I'm with the card, and then we're like, okay. Um, and then she opened and I think I had 40 or no, 61 cents, like 61 cents. And then she came to her dad and said, Mama doesn't have the money. So she in Bosnian, like, she doesn't have the money. So dad, like, I want to go to the swimming pool, but where's the money? Like,
Yeah, I love it.
like, Mama doesn't have money. So she said in Bosnia, so like, can I check your wallet, dad? So like, we need to go. She loves going to the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And then there was like, okay, but that's a good point. So I'll definitely look for that book. So I promised, or like I asked the family last night, can we stop spending and buying another toy, at
Yeah.
least 1 month or so? Just like, let's stop it a little bit, let's see what we have around. Because, with the kids, there's another toy, and then they are 3 minutes, playing with it, or 5 minutes, then it's aside.
Yeah. It's not
Forget
more
it. Forget
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, let's really, especially now, everywhere you look, it's sales here and there. So it's like we need to, I just don't want to have something that I don't need or that's not useful or that I cannot reuse it again. It's just
Yeah.
too many things these days. But the books, I love
Yeah.
books.
That's really important, Adela, what you're saying, because I think financial mindset or the right financial mindset starts with the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we as parents, we need to teach our kids what to do with their money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they see it and that, the kids don't learn from what we tell them, they learn from what we show them. So when
Yeah.
they see my parents, they buy this and this and this, and can't work themselves with money properly, don't have the right financial mindset, the kids will up doing the same eventually.
Yeah.
So I think I learned from my parents
Mm-hmm.
that you have to work hard for your money, that money doesn't grow on the trees. Nobody gives you anything if you don't work for it. Yeah, that's not how this life works. And I seen my parents always work hard, and I said, okay, it's important to work hard, but then at the end of the day, you need to also invest your money and spend it right, or don't spend it, yeah, if necessary, yeah, to make more out of it. That's
True.
that's the point. Yeah.
That's very true. When you said it doesn't grow on the trees, there is this saying. So I come from Bosnia. So and then they say, like, when we from Germany, mostly Germany, come back. So then there's this saying. Okay, we tell to our friends and aunts or like my cousins, the money in Germany doesn't grow on the trees. So we have to work hard to get that money. And it's time for us, as you said, to change the perception, because we all work hard. But what ends up at the end of the month on a bank account, it's very different. So I don't know anyone not working hard around me. So I know most of the people have maybe 1 or 2 jobs. So like working in the company, building their own, starting something here for the community, and so on. So everybody I know is working hard, but
Yeah.
really around me, and we too. So but at the end of the month, it's question like, how much is there actually on the bank account, and what if you're doing anything as yourself with the money. So if you are doing anything to make the money work for you. And I think it's a very unknown topic if you're coming from the family where you always said work hard, take care of the others, work hard, and so on. But you need someone maybe like yourself, or someone who had made this transition.
Yeah.
come from this mindset and you have transitioned to the other mindset. And I know a couple of people in my circle who, were grown up with the similar mindset, and then they tried it and they said, well, this doesn't work for me. I need to change the system, as you said, not the number of hours you do, because if you start your own business, you will work as well, crazy amount of hours, especially at the beginning or whatever you do. But the question is, how do you transition from one side to the other side, where you feel that you can take 3 months off, or like not work for 3 months, where you don't depend fully on the paycheck. So if the paycheck is late, then you are late with whatever you have to do monthly. So we need people more like you who have to explain how do you go from one to the other, because people on my side, like the grown up like this and still somewhere in between. So we know what it means, but we don't know which steps to take. How to, as you said, like buy this product, another product, and 2 years another one. Well, where, how, and so on, and how much patience maybe you need.
Yeah. So from my point of view, Adela, you're 100% right. It's the attitude, it's the character of a person that needs to change. Yeah. It's not just working more and working harder and making more money, because I myself have more than 1,000 clients in Austria. Yeah. And I have clients who are multimillionaires. I have doctors, I have lawyers, I have people who make good money, professional sports players, whatever. But I have also clients who work in a kitchen, who are employed, who are not making so much money, to be honest, who are maybe just average or even below average. But, and that's what made me change my mind about money as well over the time, is that it doesn't matter how much money you make. It's about how much money you spend. I've seen people who make 10,000 net per month and spend 11,000. And I've seen people who make 1,000 net per month, but only spend 300. So wealth is built when you spend less than what you make. And that's continually disciplined. Yeah. And the more you make, people want to have a better life, want to have a bigger car, want to have a bigger house. And that's what the marketing, the society generates in our heads, that we need to spend, what the banks also want.
Yeah.
Banks make their money, honestly, banks make their money from credits, from people taking private loans out. They get 10%, 15% interest from taking more money that's in their bank accounts, so go on minus in their bank accounts, current accounts, yeah. They get 15% interest on that money. So that's how banks make their money. But me as a financial advisor, as a Vermögensberater, I want to build wealth for my clients. And so, I say stay away from things like this. Keep your lifestyle as long as possible, as small as possible, and start spending less than you earn. And you will see over time, couple of years, you will have more and more money aside. And that's now what you were talking about, Adela. Then you have another feeling in life. Yeah. As soon as you have 10,000, 100,000, 1 million aside, then you are free. You're free from pressure. You're free from, I need to do what my boss says, because otherwise he will kick me out. And then he shall kick you out because you have 100,000 on the side. You can, don't work for 2 or 3 or 10 years or whatever, depending on your lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We used to say, like, companies like people who have credits, bank credits, because then you will make sure that you stay where you are, right? So like it's kind of some form of, keeping you attached to it and not looking into other options. Definitely big topic, Dievo, something that we, should revise more often. And I hope that this is one of the short intros, short talks that we did today will, help people to, it helps me. So, you have to be close to things to be interested in it, right? They say like 5 people that you spend most of the time, it will shape you, right? So the circle of people that you surround yourself, and the books and topics and things that you read and, put your mind working into it are quite important. So I hope that our audience, our viewers, have more advices for us and good ideas. So I'm sure Dievo would love to hear them, and me too. So at least, to open up the topic of speaking openly about money, because it's not a taboo. It should not be a taboo, Of course, okay, I don't need to know how much people earn, and it's not that's one of the topics. But really to speak normally about money and working with the money and making money work for you, as we talk about, I don't know, weather or holidays or some small talks, like really something, make it mainstream, make it mainstream, something that we can, because it helps when you talk about certain things, we all then start sharing, and you create your own puzzles and not be isolated in your four walls and like thinking, what do I do with it?
100%. That's unfortunately the culture, in Germany, Austria. We don't talk about money, and that's what I've written on my flag. That's my vision. When I started my business as a financial planner, I want to teach people about financial knowledge. I want to tell them that you have to think about money and you have to talk about money. Yeah, it's so important because Americans do that, the British do that. Yeah, there are so many civilizations who do it very well. Yeah, the Scandinavian countries do it very well. Yeah, but in Austria we don't do it. And that's why we still have the savings book, we still have the Bausparen, we still take the credits from the banks, and don't build wealth. So that's my topic, that's my vision. I want to teach people that. I can't do it by myself, so I'm always, and that's what I told you, that's why I'm always looking for new apprentices, for new people joining me, helping me to reach more people, reach more out to 8 million Austrians, or even further, to just teach about financial knowledge. It's so important.
Well, I hope we reach at least some of them. So out of those 8 million, might be some who are joining to Austria, coming to Austria, some of them thinking or already here. So Dievo, thank you so much for today. I think we could speak for hours, and I hope we get the chance to do something together for the community. Let's keep our minds open for the next year. There's always some ways and opportunities. I wish you all the best with all the projects that you do, and I will link your contact details so people can reach out to you, and I will see some interesting things, and I'll Google you and find some interesting things, and I'll get this book, A Dog Called Money, for the audience. It's a nice time of the year to get into that.
Very smart. Thank you very much, Adela. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, and thank you everyone for listening to us. Please, stay connected. Reach out to Dievo. I'll get one or the other episodes by the end of the year, and then it's like time to rest a little bit and enjoy family time. So if you have not, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It will help us to bring the proper story, good stories worth sharing to more audience. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.